Hare Krishna, by the mercy and blessings of Shri Shri Radha Madan Gopal, Shri Shri Lalita Vishakha Sakhi, Shri Shri Gaurnita, Shri Prabhupada, Shri Gurudeva and all the Vaishnavas, I am presenting short poem. Today's poem is based on Srimad Bhagavatam's 9th canto, 21st chapter, 15th verse. And not on the verse actually, but regarding this chapter, 21st chapter, and not all the chapter, but portion of that chapter. By tasting we understand the food, by tasting we understand a person, bad or good. By tasting we understand the food, by tasting we understand a person, bad or good. So this is verse, I will read the verse, then translation. Tasya tribhuna adisha phalad phalam ichchitam atmanam darshaya chakrur Maya Vishnu Vinirmita. So this is 15th verse. Translation. Demigod like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, who can satisfy all materially ambitious men by giving them the rewards they desire, then manifested their own identities before King Rantidev. For it was they who had presented themselves as Brahmana, Shudra, Chandala, and so on. So this is the 9th canto chapter, 21st chapter, the dynasty of King Bharat. In this chapter, Shukdev Goswami Maharaj describing the dynasties, people who born in the dynasty of Maharaj Bharat. And in this chapter, in this verses, there is a story of King Rantidev, who was the son of King Sankriti. The Sankriti has two sons, one was Guru and another was Rantidev. So in this some verses, verse starts from verse number 2 to verse number 18. The glorious character of Rantidev is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. So not so many verses, just we can say 16 to 18 verses are described. In these verses, the character of Maharaj Rantidev is described. So Maharaj Rantidev was famous for his equal vision and caring nature. He was the king and he was treating everybody as the part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he was a very charitable person. So to taste his charity, just in the short poem we seen that tasting. So this taste was not whether he is good or bad, but this taste was for whether he is good, better, best. So there are many different types of taste, but most severe taste is somebody is tasting for who is the best, not the good, better, but who is the best. So here the most powerful personalities were tasting Rantidev, who was tasting Maheshwar, Lord Shiva, Brahmaji and Vishnu. So these three were tasting King Rantidev. So it is very difficult for us. If they want to take our taste, we will miserably fail in that taste. But King Rantidev was so pure in his intention, in his character, in his behavior. So he easily passed the test taken by this Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. So what happened, once upon a time, the king was on the fast and he was not even drinking water. So the fast was because he wanted to do something good for the citizens of his kingdom. So he was doing Nirjal Vrat, not even drinking water. So after completion of 48 days, the Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu decided that we should take a test of King Rantidev, whether he remains on his words, he stick to the word, whether he stick to his words or not, being a charitable person. So after completion of 48 days, the king received a good quality and quantity of foodstuff, prasadam, and he and his whole family was fasting. And after 48 days, the family and he receives food, and he about to eat or about to take his meal, a Brahmana appears there. Any Brahmana requests the king that I am also hungry, please give me food. So what King Rantidev does do, he divide the portion of food and give half to the Brahmana and he keep half for himself and family. And he about to eat, then again a Shudra comes and he also requests that I am hungry, please give me food as you are the king of our kingdom. So it is your duty that everybody should feed properly. So Rantidev, without any hesitation, he gives remaining portion to the Shudra and he about to eat that remaining portion. But another Chandala comes and he also demands that I also hungry. Please, I and my dogs are also hungry. Please give us food. So King Rantidev give all his remaining portion and he decide that it is by the providence that I should not eat any food. So I will drink only water. So meanwhile he was about to drink the water. A guest comes and he demands that I am also thirsty, please give me some water. And after this, the king, he also gives that water and he remains thirsty. And by fulfilling the demands of all these four guests, he continue his fast. But by seeing the attitude of the king, that he is not lamenting, he is not cursing, he is not displeased with the guest, then all these demigod or gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they appear in front of the king and they reveal the king that we are the Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and you ask from us any boon you want to ask. But King Rantidev says that I don't want anything from you. I just want that my devotion to Lord Vishnu never go down. So in this way, it shows that the King Rantidev was a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. And in his glorification, one verse come in the 17th verse, Ishvara avalaman chittam kurvanti ananya radasa Maya gunamayi rajan sapnavat pratyaliyate. O Maharaj Parikshit, because of King Rantidev was a pure devotee, always Krishna conscious and free from all material desires, the Lord's illusory energy Maya could not exhibit herself before him. On the contrary, for him Maya entirely vanished exactly like a dream. So King Rantidev tolerated all these provoking situations and remained on his charitable work, remained as it is. He was not affected by the adverse situation. So it is said that provoking situations, the greatness of man is decided by how he tolerates the provoking situations. So there will be provoking situations in our life. Maybe who is taking, we don't know who is taking our test. Somebody, Krishna will personally take our test. Sometimes Maya Devi will personally take test, just like in case of Haridas Thakur. Maya Devi personally came and tested Haridas Thakur. And in this chapter we have seen that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they came and they tested King Rantidev. And similarly, there is one story of Raja Harishchandra. Yesterday I was reading his character. So Raja Harishchandra, King Harishchandra was tested by Vishwamitra Muni, and he did so because of Indra requested Vishwamitra Muni that you go and test King Harishchandra. So once upon a time, Narad Muni was there in heaven and he was describing the glories of Raja Harishchandra, King Harishchandra, in front of Indra. And Indra got fury. Indra desired that we should test King Harishchandra, whether he is truly a religious person or not. So he asked Vishwamitra Muni, please go and test King Harishchandra. So Vishwamitra Muni comes to the earth and he says that you have given me your whole kingdom to me as a charity in the dream. So by saying this, Raja Harishchandra, King Harishchandra gives his all kingdom to Vishwamitra Muni. And after giving the whole kingdom, Vishwamitra Muni asks some dakshina, charity should be given to a Brahmana. So Raja Harishchandra, King Harishchandra did not have any single penny to give to the Vishwamitra Muni. So what he did, he sold off his wife, his child also, and himself also. So his wife was working as a maid servant in somebody's house, and he himself was working in a graveyard. The owner of the graveyard was under the graveyard owner. So there was some tax. Those who are coming for funeral rites, they have to pay some tax to this King Harishchandra, who was working as a servant there. So by the providence, once upon a time, one snake comes and bites his son, and the queen, who was now maid servant working there, he took the dead body of her son, and she goes to the graveyard for crematorium, and she was crying very pitifully, and she don't have any money to give as a tax. King Harishchandra, knowing that she is my wife and the dead body of his belongs to me, actually he is my son, but although he came to know that the crying lady is my wife and the dead body is my son, but he asked the tax from his wife. So what she did, she torn off some sari and piece of sari, and as a tax she handed over to King Harishchandra. So by seeing the quality, the righteousness of the King Harishchandra, immediately all the sages and Vishwamitra Muni, Bhagwan Vishnu, Lord Vishnu appeared there, and they glorified the righteousness, the purity of Raja Harishchandra, King Harishchandra. And then Indra also appears, and he, by the blessings and by the mercy of Indra, by the power of Indra, the dead son becomes alive, and they all blessed King Harishchandra, his wife and son, for their righteousness, maintaining the dharma. So in this way, there are so many stories. The King Shibi, there is also wonderful story of King Shibi. So we will be tested. Somebody have been tested, somebody are under the test, and in future somebody are going to be tested. So there will be test by Krishna, there will be test by devotee, there will be test by Guru, there will be test by Maya Devi. So our sadhana, our sincerity, our loyalty will protect us from ongoing test and future test. So we have to do our sadhana very carefully and attentively, then we will surely pass all our tests in our life, and we will surely go back home, back to Godhead. Going back to Godhead will become very easy after passing the test. Our test will come in everybody's life, whether one is neophyte devotee or whether one is advanced or pure devotee. So Krishna will test everybody now or later. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we will meet tomorrow with new short poem. Hare Krishna. Shri Radha Madan Gopal ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.